hiccup there?
A brief moment, yes.
Everybody, I tell you what, our social media learning curve has been like 90 degrees since we started this.
I
So
know, but
some of us are pretty old school.
we come
Yeah.
with a lot of wisdom, though.
Yes, we do. Okay, is everybody ready? Brad, are you ready?
Yeah, take over. Have a good one.
Sounds great.
I'm ready to go, guys.
So for our speakers, Brad, do you consent to being recorded?
Yes, sir.
Michelle, do you consent to being recorded?
Yes, I do.
And Ari, do you consent to being recorded?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and anybody else who has questions, raise your hand now or forever hold your peace here. We're opening up to questions here. Nothing to hide. Going once, going twice. Okay, good. So welcome, everybody. This is one of many. We hope to be really, really great news stories with what we're doing in the foundation. Oh, here comes some more requests. Hang on. Okay, 1, 2. Here we go. Okay, last ones here. Ortiz, do you consent to being recorded? Ortiz? Nope, he's off. Cool Cry. Let me see. Get you. Hold on.
Might get Lily's mom in here tonight.
Hey, Slim, do you consent to being recorded? Okay.
This project will never work. Brad is a scammer and he knows it.
Okay, great. Good for you. Okay, Cool Cry, do you consent to being recorded, please?
Brad will take all your money and run off. He's going to run off.
Yes, Brad, I do consent.
Okay. B Alpha, do you request consent?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's everybody. Okay, that's enough for now. Okay, hey guys, before I start, I'm going to make how this is going to go tonight. I'm going to make opening remarks. Brad is on here in case he needs to speak, but this is going to center completely on Lilly Foundation, not on Lilly Finance. So that is the disclaimer going in. So if you have questions on the crypto side, tokenomics, this or that, Michelle and I are pretty much hosting this 100% tonight. And we are not going to take those questions. We are here to answer the foundation. We are completely 100% all the charity aspects of Lilly Foundation, and that's what we're here to address. And this should be a really good time. A lot of good news stories coming out tonight to keep the community, to keep the investors abreast of what's going on. And some stuff will probably surprise you tonight, what we've been working on. And we've been working extremely hard. So before I start with my opening remarks, I just want to say my heart goes out, and the foundation's heart goes out, and finance's heart goes out to what's going on in Ukraine. This is devastating. Our world is on fire right now. But as a former intelligence officer for the Air Force, this was my world for many, many years. And the potential for destabilization in Eastern Europe right now is never been more prevalent. We should be mindful of that and what they're going through. And if you have any way to help people make donations to the Red Cross, I would encourage you to do that. That said, that does solidify our purpose in Lilly Foundation even more, guys. We can only focus on what we can control, and what we control right now is doing some great things for some underprivileged people, whether it's our children initially or our veterans coming in a little bit later. This really emboldens our purpose and what we're doing, and that should make you feel good as a pool of investors and supporters and stakeholders. And again, I want to thank you as a community of investors and stakeholders, and what you're doing for us is absolutely remarkable, and what we're doing here is unprecedented. You're gonna see, and we've been seeing a lot of stupid, crazy remarks on Twitter, on Insta, wherever. Our fudders out there, you know who they are. Good will prevail over evil. That's all I can say. And we're doing amazing things, and we're going to continue to do great things. Eventually, they will fade away into nothing. So for our 8,707 holders, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you didn't catch Brad's AMA with Ryan Patrick a few days ago, it was amazing, and I would encourage you to find that on Ryan's channel, Ryan P Crypto, and look through it and listen. And it addresses a lot of the stuff that happened on our launch, and we know it was rough, and we're making our best of it now, and we're moving forward, and we're never looking back. And this project is only on the up and up right now, and it's incredible. So that said, I've got a few things I want to cover. First and foremost, for our investors and our stakeholders, kids are our number one priority in Lilly Foundation. point blank. That's what we're focused on initially. And you're going to hear some really great news stories tonight on the things that Michelle and her team have been working on with Northwell Hospital and our amazing surgeons that we've got on board. And our first kiddo that we're going to help. It's an amazing news story. It's reality. It's not fake. It's a real family being impacted in an extremely positive way. That's our first priority. Our goal is going to be to initially do one surgery per month. We're getting our process down. We're creating our own process right now uh, from some really great knowledge and some people from the medical industry that have been doing this for a long time, like Michelle. So we're not flying by the seat of our pants. We're taking tools from a toolkit that have been used for a long time in this same industry, putting it into play for Lilly Foundation and making the maturation come around very fast so we can accommodate these families. And we're very proud of that. And our goal by the end of the year is to be doing one per week. And of course, we know that's market cap based and on our injects in the foundation wallet. We can only do what we can do. I'm going to talk about some of those aspects in a minute. Some of you have addressed questions to me directly this week, as of Michelle, as it relates to the foundation structure, the wallet, all of those things, and the 1%. So I'll do my best to address some of those things. That's our first priority, guys. Our second priority is veterans care, and we're going to use cryptocurrency to help our vets. And I can't tell you how much this resonates with me. As a person who's been in uniform since, oh my gosh, 1989 through 2018, I wore a uniform. So it truly is remarkable what we can do, and what we're going to do is amazing. Excuse me just a minute. So you're going to be really surprised at what we're able to do for veterans very soon, and some of the partnerships we're going to establish there, and specifically honing in on veterans PTSD and suicide prevention. 6,000 veterans a year take their lives right now. That's unacceptable. I saw the tolls of war, and when people come home, it continues to affect them, and that's unacceptable. So we're going to do our best to curb some of that. And then we're going to look at emerging opportunities. So we have a huge docket of kids ready to take surgeries, the vascular surgeries, but that's not going to end there. So once we exhaust that, we're not going to stop with that. We're going to look at emerging opportunities, and whether that be potentially burn victims or anything. If a doctor approaches us and has a requirement and we see a need, we can put Lilly resources on it. And that's really cool. And that's reassuring that we're not just a one-trick pony. So that's our priority. So continuing on with my comments. I've received questions this week on what's the structure of the foundation. So we're currently just an LLC, as you know, that with an EIN. That's stage one. I mean, Lilly Finance came together so quickly, and the foundation came together so quickly that we weren't able to initially establish the 501c3 process. That said, that is where we're going. It takes a great deal of time. It takes a great deal of effort to do that. Our lawyer is working with us all along, and it is a 6 to 9 month process. So if anybody who's been involved with a 501c3 knows how arduous, how difficult it is to do. It requires the hiring of a board of directors. It also the establishment of bylaws. It's a very difficult, the long road, but we intend to do it. That is the right way to do this. It's the right way to go about it. So just know that that's our initiative. Currently, our wallet is sitting at about 170K. I had questions this week as well about expenditures in the wallet. And I can assure everybody that it's only going to be for charity aspects. Somebody asked about how are the officers structured? How are they paid? Our officers are paid out of the marketing and dev wallet on the finance side for now. But of course, when that becomes a 501c3, guys, like any 501c3 in the world, your pool of money in that foundation is also used to pay for its officers, its staff members, and that's just typically how a 501c3 works. Eventually, we'll have to do that as we break away and become our own entity. But for now, that's our interim measures. Our lawyer is working with us, and we're working to that end. It's the right way to do it, and that's where we intend to get to. You're going to see some really exciting things coming out. The tab on the Lilly Finance page right now has an empty tab that just says foundation on it. We're working with some of our partners because they have an interest on how their information gets depicted on it. But you're going to see that website full round here within a couple of weeks. It'll have our partners like Northwell, other hospitals, key medical providers, doctors, ingestion point for applications to apply. Again, we've got a huge list of kids already ready to go, so I don't assume that that's going to be utilized extensively up front. We'll have news feeds. We're going to have our charity partners like Alpha Prime Racing and the NASCAR. They're providing a charity inject for how they place in every one of their races this year. So there's a money tied to how they place, and that is going directly into our foundation wallet as well. So the NASCAR stuff is going to be on there. Our NFT is launching as well, supporting the foundation. Our new partnerships that we're going to have on the charity side. We have direct wallets for donation. We're getting bombarded right now. I can't believe the buzz in the medical industry. Many doctors, many hospitals are actually approaching us on how they can fund and donate directly to the foundation, even without the crypto aspects of it. So we are scrambling to make sure we get wallets directly for donations, and wallets if they want to donate to some of our partners like Northwell. We'll link to their pages. So it's going to be a very extensive website, a lot of great information on there, a lot of great news stories. You're going to see our media as we're covering the first surgery. You'll see that stuff out there. So a lot of amazing stuff. And we're also looking to implement other donation mechanisms like credit card pay, Google Pay, things like that. So you're going to see that really come around in full form here real soon. You're also going to see information on our meet and greets. We have celebrities, NASCAR people going out to meet and greet with our kids in our hospital, pre and post surgery, meeting with Kids Wings. Just a really great philanthropic spirit that's going on surrounding Lilly Foundation right now. We're really looking forward to really grow that, really expound and grow our resources so that we can do more and more for our veterans and kids and our emerging opportunities. I'll tip my hand a little bit for you guys right now. We have an amazing partnership that's going to be announced here within the next few weeks. It's so exciting. I can't wait to tell you, but I'm working out the legalities of it to make sure we exchange information correctly and we go about it the right way. We have two American icons in their foundation that are going to be partnering with us and doing some absolutely stunning things for veterans care as well. And as we look to grow and mature that partnership, we'll provide funding to them throughout the year. And again, that's going to be focusing on veterans, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. So some really great things. These American icons are right in the middle of this stuff. They've been doing this for a really long time. And I'm overwhelmed and honored that they would be joining with Lilly Foundation and Lilly Finance. It's just incredible. So I can't wait to tell you what that is. You should also be very excited about it. Here's the thing that's really cool for you. Okay, we've had a lot of people out there saying, oh, Lilly Finance, all it is a charity giveaway. All we do is give money away. And you know what? That's important, right? That's why taxes are important. That's why we're going to do amazing things. But we're finding utility in our charity aspects. So we're going to be the first crypto that's going to be used to pay surgeons, doctors directly for doing these surgeries. So we're going to be using cryptocurrency to pay for this stuff. We're going to be using blockchain technology to solve medical issues. And we have the ability to, I'm not going to tell you the mechanism now. We'll show it to you pictorially in our we're actually going to be doing another white paper, like a version 1.1, adding on to our first white paper in between that and the second, that's going to explain pictorially how we are finding a use case in the charity aspects to bolster our investor pool. So there'll be reflections coming from it. There are actually going to be sales coming from the medical provider side and the patient side buying Lilly, and it's a really cool way we've got this worked out. That are actually going to bolster you as investors and provide reflections to you. So we have, not only are we providing a charity aspect of the foundation, we're also going to be giving stuff back to our investors. And by doing that, we continue to grow the pool and our wallet, and we provide more surgeries. So it's this compounding circle that's absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to divulge that. This is really amazing. And of course, using the doctors, that we have doctors lining up to partner with us. Our world-renowned surgeon is basically the godfather of this entire medical industry in the entire planet. And there are many doctors in the vacuum waiting to come in with us and accept crypto payments for these surgeries. And that's just really cool. If that doesn't excite you, that the project that you're investing in, the project that you're supporting has this kind of utility. Can you imagine what we do from here? This is just first step. So I'm absolutely excited about this, to be the director of this foundation, to the future of this foundation, the future of this cryptocurrency as we do more exciting things in the future is just incredible to me. And that's again why I've put myself out there. I've put my reputation on this project. And no matter what you clowns out there are saying, some of them that are flooding our project, it saddens me that truly the heart of this foundation and this company and what it's doing for children and veterans is belittled by some people. And I find that unbelievable. That what we're doing and what we're doing for at least kiddos, people find negativity in that. It just stuns me. So we're going to be so positive and we're going to do so many great things that those comments will just fade away into the distance. And for all of you investors and you supporters, you hold your head up high. You look to the light in this project, and it's just going to be amazing from here on out. So that kind of centers my initial comments. And we have a really great news story in our first surgery. And I'm going to turn it over here to Michelle in a minute, but her and her team, Brittany, have done an absolutely amazing job. They're based in New York, and they're working with Northwell, and they're coordinating this first surgery, and they're building this process on the fly, and they're doing an absolutely amazing job. And I'm so proud to be leading this foundation and working with them, and what they're doing and what they've been able to do for this family is a truly amazing story. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Michelle. If you could kind of just give us a feel for what's going on with this first surgery, what you're doing with the process, and some of the other medical providers that are looking to come on board with us.
Thanks, Colonel. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to discuss the first surgery that the foundation is funding. Only just weeks after our launch, it's amazing how fast this process has happened, and everybody's pulled together, including our team. Brittany's on my team as well, has been working tirelessly to make this surgery happen, as well as the surgeon at Northwell. As you mentioned, he is the leading authority, and we will release his personal statement to come. In vascular malformations, there is no second to him. So we are honored to have him on our team as a supporting surgeon, and the surgery will be performed on March 25th. It's a 9-month-old baby girl. She was seen in November, and unfortunately, insurance does not cover the surgeon's portion of the procedure. And therefore, for several months now, they were just left hanging until they found us through the surgeon that we're currently working with. That phone call was hands down probably the best phone call I've had, probably ever. Family was so grateful. So the child is 9 months old, born with a cheek hemangioma, probably the size of a pea at a few months old. Excuse me. That has typically grown exponentially to the size of a $50, if not more, on a newborn's face. That's a lot in a few months. It's at risk for what we call ulceration. It's got a lot of vascular components, which means that it's going to continue to grow without fail and could potentially occupy half of the child's face. This is not, and I can't stress this enough, this is not a cosmetic procedure. This is a procedure that is absolutely medically necessary. Beside it being disfiguring, the ulceration risk with the picture that many of you have probably seen posted, and there will be more to come as we lay out the progression of the lesion, is very high. And with that comes infection, hospitalization, and can lead to a whole series of problems with a child under a year old. The family's from South Carolina. Modest means, both hardworking family members, mom and dad. They'll be arriving in New York the Wednesday prior to the procedure for the meeting in person with the surgeon and the team. And we will be bringing you that as well. They were beyond grateful. They had prayed for months and months, and they were not expecting a call from our foundation at all. It was a chance call. They didn't pick up initially, and when they called back, the family was brought to tears. So they'll be brought here. The operation will take about an hour. We're going to perform an excision and with what we call an adjacent tissue transfer, which is a complex closure so that the symmetry is maintained between both sides of the face. We can't just suture it shut because there'll be a concave area where we take out it is essentially a tumor. And then and we will also be performing some of the laser to help with what you would look at as spider vanish appearance on the cheek. The baby will have the best of the best, most amazing. I know him personally, pediatric anesthesiologist who is phenomenal. Mom or dad, because of COVID, unfortunately, one parent will be able to stay by the baby's side the entire time, including entrance into the operating room. Once the child's put to sleep, then the parent will leave and wait in the lobby while the surgeons do their work. It's an amazing team. Again, about an hour. Once the child surgery is complete, they will go back home, not home to South Carolina. We've made some arrangements here for them, and they have family close by. They'll stay in the area for about a week, where we will follow up with them again for suture removal. And that's anticipated about 6 or 7 days after the surgery, probably 6. And that's typically done in the office. However, we have arranged for it to be done in the OR if that's not possible. The final results obviously aren't going to be that day. Although from a medical perspective, and I know that there are probably many medical professionals out there, when we look at it on day 7, we're going to be very, very happy with the way everything looks to the public. There will be a scar. We try to minimize it to a few centimeters at best, millimeters hopefully, and placed strategically, hopefully resembling something of a dimple. But over the course of 12 months, that scar will mature and hopefully fade to where it's barely even noticeable. There are measures along the way if need be, but we anticipate a very smooth recovery once the procedure is done. I say that because, in a few years, this child's going to go to school and they're not going to be the wiser that this disfiguring tumor was once a part of their family's life, consumed their family's life. She'll be a normal child without risk of any health issues, without risk of regrowth. Typically, these lesions are all removed at once if done correctly. Again, we are working with a world-renowned surgeon that could probably do this in his sleep. They don't, we hope to capture the entire lesion at one time, laser what we can, and that would be it. Some of the other malformations that our foundation will probably be facing have more staged procedures. Some even are incurable, for the sake of the word cure. They require repeated treatment, but not this one. This is a single procedure that is very safe in the right hands and literally will change this family's life forever. I cannot tell you how great it feels to be able to offer this to this family and have this child's life saved because of the Lilly Foundation. And it only drives myself and our team to continue to do more of this, not just with this surgeon and this surgery, but across the country. We have big plans to advance for better access so that maybe this family in future, if this had happened, would be able to receive the same care more local to them. They are very grateful and, of course, are happy to come to New York. But ideally, these children will be able to be addressed locally by doctors that we anticipate bringing on board, training, and again, the link with the cryptocurrency payments and being on the blockchain, that's a step in a direction that I don't think anyone has taken yet. And that's what we are in the process of negotiating and doing.
Thank you, Michelle.
Oh, you're welcome, Brad.
That's great. Really appreciate the update there, Michelle. Brad, did you have something to add to that?
Yeah, there's no words to put in miracle. Lily's mother actually joined us here on Twitter for a little bit. Is listening in, but this week with the news kind of hit home when Michelle did call me a week ago. And from my heart and Lily's, and I'm sure the whole community, send the family, all of our love and energy and prayers. There's no words to put in this miracle. When we saw that NASCAR take off on that track, it kind of sunk in real quick what we're doing for kids. That some of the team was there, some saw it on TV, but it really was awesome. So,
And you know what, Brad, not to interrupt you, but those are the exact words this family used. It was a miracle. They literally had been praying, and they are a very excuse me, faithful family. They had been praying since they were seen in November for something, because they were clueless as to how they were going to get their child the care that she needed. And you can imagine being a parent, even if you're not a parent, having a child and so desperately needing care, and you pay all of this money into your insurance premiums, and you can't get the care for your child. Is heartbreaking. And so imagine that family for months. And Brad, I know you've been there, and I've worked with children and families like this for a long time. But imagine that family going to sleep every night, wondering what they were going to do. I mean, they had no means to pay the high rate that a surgery of this size costs, and yet they're torn because this is their child. And then out of nowhere, they get a phone call. And they described it just as Brad did. It was a miracle they had been praying for. And I think I posted that on my feed, a direct quote from Mom's testimony that their prayers had been answered. So this is the best part of my job, and I couldn't be happier.
yeah, I think Lily's mom can speak on some of the stressors. She's here, early on. What we went through, no parent is prepared to worry at that level on top of trying to keep their job going and their electric bills going. Just no parent's prepared. It comes quick.
Yeah. And that's why we're in such a great place that the stars have aligned, that we can actually just really offer more than money. It's more than just the foundation's money. It's the hand holding. It's we've been there. We've worked there. We've had children in the same situation. We can talk you through it. The emotional support is huge. Then navigating the logistics of getting the support, and just knowing that there's a community out there specifically made after a child who's went through this. Brad's daughter is so hopeful to so many families that I can't get the word out fast enough, because I'm hoping we'll be overwhelmed with response. But I really think this is a community in need that we're able to help beyond the funding.
Yeah, that's fantastic,
support.
Michelle. And actually, you said something really cool. You guys have mentioned miracles. As we were really developing and fleshing out the website, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be a great pictorial story of every one of these surgeries and things we're doing in the charity space. We kind of developed our motto is that this is where miracles happen. So the foundation is kind of taking on that creed, if you will, that we're providing miracles to families like this, and there's going to be a lot more of these stories that we can inject and really provide a life raft, if you will, for some of these families who have got no hope. And that's just an honor. And I really am looking forward to doing so much more with this foundation. So with that, unless Brad and Michelle, you have anything else to add, I think this is unprecedented. We've got about an hour total here, so we've got about 30 minutes to take.
Lily's mom's raising her hand, Jay.
Okay, Nikki, do you want to go ahead and add something to that?
Yeah,
please?
and Jay, just so you know, you're cutting up a little bit. I just wanted to let you know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Nikki. I'm Lily's
Nikki
mom.
looks like she's still trying to reconnect again.
Oh, am I not working?
No, I hear her.
Oh, you can hear me?
Hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hi, and I wanted to let the Twitter community know that I do support the foundation, and I support everything that they're doing. And like Brad
Are you
said,
still hearing her, Brad? Because I'm not hearing anything.
Michelle, yeah, just don't mute Michelle. She's talking. I can hear her.
like Brad said, we had it hard in the beginning, and we went through our own issues together. And the fact that we can come out the other side, and he and all of you that are a part of this can create this wonderful foundation to actually help children is amazing. And just to reiterate what the colonel said, that I do see a lot of people saying not so nice things about even the foundation and helping children. And I can't even understand it, but I know that there's people out there that just want to say mean things. But I just want to say, as her mom, I do support everything that's going on here. And I'm really grateful that you guys were able to help another child. And I hope that this is just the beginning.
Thank you, Nikki. Really appreciate that. So with that, we'll take our first question. Ari, did you have one?
Yeah, I just wanted to explain to everyone the gravity of how important this is and why it's so important from a medical aspect, if you want me to speak for 1 second on it.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, so I just want everyone to know I'm a Dr. Ari Bernstein. I'm a board certified internal medicine physician, and I'm working with the team. And I just want everyone to know that this really is a miracle, not just because how we're helping the children, and that's a miracle in itself, but this is changing the face of healthcare forever. Lilly Foundation and Lilly Finance, because insurance companies rule healthcare, and I know firsthand as a doctor. And now the doctors and the patients are taking the power back with Lilly Finance, because now we can go say to them, well, if you're not going to pay for it, we can go to Lilly Finance and they'll pay for it. So the power is coming back to us. And this is just the very beginning. This is basically a model that they've created that they proved can work. And as it grows, and as the investors and all you guys help it grow, this really has a potential to change healthcare forever and take the power away from the insurance companies and back to the patients and the people and the doctors, so everyone can get the proper care that they need. And this is game changer for medicine forever, for all the people in America, not just kids, but for everybody. And the more people support this project, the more powerful it's going to be, and it's going to take the power, give the power back to the doctors and to the patients. So I just want everyone to understand that.
That's fantastic. I appreciate
Yeah.
that perspective.
I'm
Ari.
sorry to interrupt. I just to add to Dr. Bernstein, that is what has driven me the most. Being in healthcare for 20 years, I've watched the insurance companies take families, take providers. I'm on both sides of the fence, right? So the power, when he talks about power, it's not an ego thing. It's a time thing. It literally means the matter of your child being seen for 3 minutes by a staff member versus a doctor, or a doctor who has a minute and a half and is timed by a quota, to that doctor and their knowledge and their passion, everything that they've built themselves on, to giving that child the care they need and the time that they need. And insurance companies have robbed that of the doctors and of the families equally. And it's the first time that both the doctors and the patients are on the same side. The insurance companies used to favor doctors and not the patients, and vice versa. But right now, it's like we're at a vortex where both the doctors and the patients are fighting to get the care they need and to deliver the care that they deserve. And that's why this project is so important to me. Yes, of course we want to save lives, and that's what we're about. But ultimately, it is transforming healthcare. You read in politics about all the other countries that are doing it right, and why can't we do it right? This is how we can do it right. We can take back and give the doctors, providers, the time, the money, and everything, that the resources that they need to heal our sick in all across healthcare, not just with pediatric malformations, all across healthcare. It's not just selective to this, but this is a start. And this is how healthcare is transformed. And I am a firm believer that this is the way it will go. And this is the only way it's going to work to make that happen.
That's fantastic. I really appreciate that perspective and amplification, Michelle. We are going to change things, and this is just going to be the tip of the iceberg, what we're doing now. We are creating a model, so hold on for the ride. It's going to be a really fun one. So I'm going to go ahead and take the next question. How about B. Al-Falasi?
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a very good morning to all the respected doctors in here. I have no questions at all, Lilly Foundation. I just came up over here to show my support to Brad. I think it's a very good thing that he's doing. And if you people don't mind, I would just like to add like 2 or 3 words to it.
Yes.
Okay, so I would like to start with that this is a full space. And if anyone who likes it can enter here, and anyone who does not like it can leave. It's a very simple thing. Your investments are in your hands. No one is hitting you to invest in this thing. And this is a good cause thing, isn't it? Correct or wrong? Everyone over here is doing a good cause. Children are being saved. People are being treated. Someone has his mic on.
William, please mute.
Thank you. So this is for a good cause, correct? Children are being saved. Now, if you think that a person is not doing something right, well, there's God to judge him. You're not God. If you think that this space is not good enough for you, you can leave. You cannot stay over here. Correct or wrong? That's very correct. No one is forcing you. I think personally that Brad is doing a good thing. He's doing a very nice thing. And like, let's take it from there. Yesterday, the growth token was launched. It hit 30 million in 10 minutes. People started funding it. Brad launched Lilly Finance. It was one of the best launches. Fair launch, straight launch. Nothing was wrong with it. People are funding it. Why? Congratulations, Brad. People are funding it because you are successful. You are actually. That's all, guys.
Really appreciate that, and that's a great
Thank you.
perspective. And we love hearing those stories from you guys, and that's
Thank
why
you.
that's why we're following Brad, and we are all. He's got an amazing team assembled supporting this. People that come from years and years of industry, military, healthcare. This is the I would surmise to say this is one of the most, if not the most mature teams in the crypto space in the world. We're all big boys and girls, and we're all highly trained professional CEO level people. These aren't kids trying to make a quick buck. So if you think that, I completely applaud your sentiment, Bial Falasi, and invite the door to them. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate that.
It's a simple thing. You like it, stay with it. You don't like it, no one's putting a gun on your forehead to invest in it, correct? If you think that Brad is wrong, there is God to judge him. You are no one, because we are all humans. We cannot judge each other. There is God to judge people. Like, with all my respect, I just saw Lily's mother in here. From before Lily was launched, I have been hearing that Lily's mother hates Brad, blah, blah, blah. These are our FUDs. Like, for God's sake, Lily's mother just came here and she said like so many beautiful words and she left. What else do you need more than this? There is no use of FUDing. Just because maybe you own another token or something like that, basically don't think that you're FUDing someone's investment. You're not FUDing someone's investment. If you're FUDing Lilly Finance, you're FUDing patients' lives. That's what's going to happen. That's all, guys. I'm going to move on. Thank you very much.
Thank you again, sir. We really appreciate that. David, would you like to ask a question?
Yeah, I want to make a couple statements. Hey, so first of all, thank you for not blocking me, Brad, also, after I made my pre- and post-launch videos, because you still got a charitable foundation going on that's providing benefits to children, which is a huge part of what I believe in.
Yeah, Dave, I didn't plan on blocking anybody.
No. So I do appreciate that. So I did those. I did them factual based off a contract website. So what I would like to say is within a couple days after the launch, probably within the first 2 days after launch, almost all of those red flags that I had found with the contract and talked about, y'all fixed those for two reasons. One was to help ensure the success of Lilly Finance, right, which directly affects Lilly Foundation, and the other reason to ensure the faith in your community. And then it took a little bit longer, but you finally got your multi-sig set up, which was another red flag, but now I think you have that totally in place. So
That's fantastic. Go ahead, David. Sorry, I didn't know you were done.
I appreciate you doing those things because again, it's part of Lilly Finance is the foundation, which is about taking care of the children, right, that are in need. So that's real important to me. So what I would say is continue along that same path. Again, I've never called y'all a scammer or rug pull. I just mentioned some red flags at launch.
Sure, man. I was with you. I was with you on that call.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to continue to do that as much as I can for whatever projects, right? But I do appreciate the fact that you did acknowledge a lot of those red flags, that you fixed most of them within the first 2 days. I only see one left. We won't talk about it here. But you fixed almost everything to ensure peace of mind in your investors. And so you can continue with Lilly Finance, which promotes the foundation, which is actually directly assisting children. So that's the big piece for me. But no, keep going along that route. You know the last red flag I'm talking about. If you could ever fix that, then that'll benefit the children and the project even more. But no, keep doing it. I've seen a lot of change since the project launched in what y'all did administratively. So yeah, keep it up. I want to see everybody succeed. The project, the investors, and absolutely most of all, the children. But no, thanks for having me up.
Thank you. Appreciate it, David. And I
Thanks,
really
David.
appreciate influencers like you and the positive comments. And we do appreciate the honest feedback because we've got nothing to hide. And we look forward to partnering people as influencers, what you are in the crypto space. Thank you again, sir. William, you're up.
Just please don't call me an influencer. I'd like to think of myself as an educator.
Yeah, that's actually
right on.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, David.
Right
appreciate
on.
you, man. Yeah. William, you're up.
Wow. All right. So I'm very humbled to actually even speak, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I mean, I've been involved in a lot of altcoins. It's like the Wild West. Most of the people involved, they're not doxxed. There's no pictures. There's no doctors. There's no professionals. There's no foundation. If there's a donation wallet, maybe it goes there, maybe it doesn't. Okay, so in any case, I'm very proud to be part of this. If you guys see me, you know I'm tweeting. I'm hitting it hardcore every single day. But as an investor, there's one thing I would like to say, and that's and for all you out there that are professionals or not so much in the altcoin space, altcoins are like dog years. So as investors in the altcoin space, you know, 1 year is 4 years, 1 day is 5 months. So, you know, if you guys could kind of pay attention on a daily, just make a statement or a comment, or just know that, like, if you guys got 4 days in the business world, know that for investors in the altcoin space, that's an eternity. So you just reach out, make a comment, make a suggestion, say, hey, we're on this. Even if it's small, just pay attention to the guys out there because of the rug pulls, because of the hardcore highs and hardcore lows, because of ties of day traders. Pay attention to the guys that are in the altcoin space. Just make a comment daily. Say, hey guys, we're there. We're working on this. Even if it's a small one-sentence statement, you will have confidence. You will have our confidence, and we'll pay attention to you, and you'll be rewarded, and we'll continue to back you guys. That's all I got to say.
That's fantastic, William. And you know what? That means a lot, because one investor who has confidence in a project, and I hope you guys are pleased with our transparency. And we are very open. We're very mature people, and one person leads to 2 more investors, and before you know it, we've got so much money. We are like you said initially, we're looking for emerging opportunities to help kids, and that's where we want to be. And we want to provide you guys. We want to provide you guys with an amazing return on your investment too. So, like I said, and I tipped my hand a little today, and Brad and the team will be talking about it a little bit. We've got a really cool use case emerging here, so I think you'll look to hear that. And you know what? You do need constant feedback, so respect on that. Yeah, that's very good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, noted. We'll step it up a little bit, William.
Cool cry.
What's going on, everybody? Can you guys hear me?
Roger that, sir.
I
All
hear you.
right. Hello, everybody. So I just want to say, first of all, thank you for having me, Brad, Lilly Foundation, Michelle, and everybody here in the Twitter space. I got to be honest with you guys. I say it a lot in my videos, and the reason why I'm not promoting my videos, I'm just saying I love creating Lilly videos